some minor catch-up. There's the technicality of still day 78, but we'll be at day 79 in no time. The animals around me, there's 3 of them that are named Wooly, Sprinkles, and Hungo. There's 2 cats that haven't been named. If you guys want to name them, comment down below. So yeah, we'll be figuring out what we're going to be doing today. I thought about doing some farming, but I was like, no, not really. So I looked at the island, and I think today is a great day to start adding another house to the villager island. So I'll be grabbing the materials for that up here. After I grab some materials, I am planning to go to the island and build that hut. I'm thinking more of a trader's hut or like a fisherman's hut. I haven't fully made up my mind yet. I also kind of want to put a villager into the hut if we are able. And I think we should be ready to go. Once I leave the door, I will be speeding this up. I'll also be heading to the auto sheep farm to check the wool. And yep, there's some wool. We'll probably be using it to make beds. I also need to get some sticks to get a pickaxe because my diamond pickaxe is a little bit low. I'm also thinking we should, because we're getting close to 100 days, I think we should start to beat the game. Finally beat the Ender Dragon. But yeah, I'll be heading over to the village, checking out my villagers, making sure that they're okay. And also adding more beds so it encourages more villagers. So we have more villagers for our town. I've also been thinking of doing a hardcore skyblock. I think that would be an interesting video because it will be my first time doing hardcore mode, and I think it's also the first time I've done skyblock, so I think that would be a interesting thing to look at, and hopefully I don't like soft block myself, because yeah, that would be bad. So I looked around, I was like, yep, there is the first hut. It's been a while, I don't remember what day I made that hut, but I've been decorating a little bit, added more of a path. Also removing some of the seeds for the build, even though it's not even remotely close to the build where we are. I'll also be cutting down this tree. We'll be getting some nice wood from that. Not a lot of wood, but enough wood to probably finish the build. I was thinking of the foundation here. Haven't really thought too much of an idea. I just have kind of a eyeballing it and making sure that it looks at least remotely decent. I kind of want to go more closer to the water, so it has that more fisherman's feel, because I'm thinking this should be a fisherman's hut. Because it's close to the water. I'm also doing some minor landscaping, so it's not just like right on the edge. That looks much better. I added more to the frame. Then I realized if I want it to have more of an indentation, I'm going to have to expand it out a little bit, so here I am moving the logs for the foundation to make it a little bit better. A good building tip is to have your wood logs out one more than your wood planks or the like secondary block that you're using for your wall. This helps build depth to your build, and it helps improve your build a little bit. You can also add more definition to things like your windows, doors. You can also add a frame where it's a bit more structurally sound for visuals. I know it's Minecraft, and to be honest, physics with this game is not the most realistic, I guess. I mean, there's sand and gravel, so yeah. Here I am adding the windows. It also gives us opportunity to have extra space to place your chests in, or crafting table. Here I am going back to finish day 79, and then I'll be labeling this the next day as day 80. So, looking at the sunset, because it always looks pretty. So, yeah. This is your friendly reminder to also drink some water, if you haven't already. So, make sure to get some of your water, drink some water. Going back to our build, hopefully to finish this out before, I think, day 82, hopefully. We don't do this more than a couple of days. I do want to give time to, for locating the fortress and then beating the Ender Dragon. Here I am putting the, door frame and then looking at the windows to make sure that it looks good on both sides. This is probably the hardest part of trying to figure out with this build of what looks good, pretty much. I looked over here and I was like, I don't like that, so I cut another hole, and hopefully it will be either like a 2-window or a 1-window. I haven't fully decided yet. I placed my crafting bench here, because it looks good there. I also started out for the roof. I was thinking more of a flat roof and then having it set up so it has a overhang, so it looks like they have a shop with their house, because it's kind of a fisherman's hut. I had at first an idea of it just going and be like a classic roof where it's flat on top and it has a little bit of that overhang, and then maybe the overhang on the other side. But later I changed this with having more of a all-around look. There's a little bit some spatial issues with the roof, and I want to improve on this in the future, but for right now it's okay. Yeah, you can see the older design, and I wasn't really too happy with it, and then I added a window and I was like, no, I don't like that. So here I am doing a change to hopefully fix that. I also turned a lot of my cobblestone into slabs to finish out the build. I hope you guys actually like the drawing picture on the side of me talking. It gives more something to look at besides me just building the house. I ran out of slabs here, so I went over to the villager cave bed thing, I don't know what to call it, to get more cobblestone, and it also expands it out so we can place more beds in there to get more villagers. I don't know if we'll have enough time to do villager, not converting, what's it called, zombification, and then getting better trades. I don't know how that's gonna go. So, yeah. Getting rid of this, I was like, how's that? And then I decided to add more of I put some wood planks to hopefully fill in the thing. And then I had a realization of what to do to hide the cobblestone, so I placed more slabs there. I also realized that the hole here, the like thing to like have it be a hut, like not hut, but like a house store mix, I didn't fully think of what to do. I was also thinking of a barrel so the fisherman can have a place, but I forgot how to do a barrel, how to make a barrel, so I had to look it up. So, I didn't really like how the house roof is constructed. Roofs are probably my weak point here, so I just decided to make that fine little hat rim for the roof. And we're almost done with that. So I'm just missing one more block. I decided to, get that last, like, piece and then fill it in. And I didn't know what to put here, so I put trapdoors. And I struggled quite a bit on this. I first went with oak, and then I was like, that doesn't look good, and like it's not quite the vibe that I wanted. So I also just went back to finish day 80 and then start day 81. So yeah, the reason why I try to sleep roughly every day is it's easy for me to make the video and then the days. So, and it also reduces monsters and going into my builds and ruining my day. Speaking of mobs, we have a drown with us, so I just kind of rode my boat with the drown, and I decided to bonk it to get rid of it. I was playing around more with the trapdoors, trying to figure out the thing, and then there's this issue of a baby zombie can still get in. So I continued to play with the ideas. I placed some glass down, so there's a window. I thought about putting a window here, but there's not exactly what I wanted of being able to walk up and you can trade, or having that trade look. Here I am. I kind of did this and I was like, it doesn't solve the issue. So I finally chopped down one of the spruce trees for spruce trapdoors. I also continue to look at it, and I'm still trying to figure out a way to make it visually nice, but also functional. Still trying to figure it out. And then I decided to try to work on the floor and add some lighting to the hut so it doesn't spawn monsters. So here I am doing that. We're also getting pretty close to 100 subscribers. I'm excited. I've been making a video for our 100 subscribers. If we make it before 2025 ends, I'll be pretty happy, and I'll probably add something with that. If we don't, that's okay. It doesn't have to. Also, if you've made it this far in the video, put a thumbs up in the comments. That will be pretty cool. It knows the video is going well. I also decided to just cover it up for this thing and then to have it more expanded. And this is where I was like, that works, I guess. It's functional. It doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't look great either. I'll just keep it with that. It looks okay. It works. So that's where I kind of gave up. I also looked at it. It was mid-noon, so I decided to go and get a villager, kidnap a villager to shove it into the house. I saw this guy and I was like, hey, you, get over here. I'm going to shove you in a boat. If you go over and become a lectern, and then it was very difficult trying to get this guy in the boat, so I kept on pushing him, and then he keeps not getting in, and then he finally got in, so I destroyed the lectern and went over to the fisherman's hut, collected some stuff, and then this guy is like deciding, nah, I need to go to my bed, and it was a massive pain to try to get this guy, and eventually I did give up on this guy. I went and ran over to grab a bed, and because that's what he wanted, but I didn't know exactly which bed he was connected to, so we ended up with this guy. Still walking back, I gave up. I completely gave up on this guy. And that would maybe be a future video, I doubt it, of moving villagers into their new housing place. I gave up pretty much here, and I decided to just go back, and I decided to work on my basement. Not really, but I went to check out my basement to see what I can improve on. I've been also making some animation content. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying that. See, looking at my basement, I've added my enchantment table. I wanted to improve my basement a little bit better, but I was like, that would maybe be a later thing. Maybe. After this video, I'll be going and hopefully trying to beat the Ender Dragon, and I'll be working on stuff. I accidentally fell into my mine. That was a little bit not great, but that's okay. Anyways, guys, if you like my content, please consider subscribing. We're pretty close to 100 subscribers. And if you like the video, like the video. I'm just putting stuff away, and I'll be going and looking at the sunset. And I'll see you guys for day 82, and I'll see you guys next time.